Which mic is this?
That is 3. I went 1, 2, 3, 4.
So if the red light is on, the mic is dead.
Yeah, I get that.
Learn that.
I'm still planning on never touching it. I'm just,
The new one,
all 4 mics are on. I don't care if there's.
I read the user manual for the new one. It is significantly easier to use. And it's got a big it's got a big red button that when you turn it on, the red button lights up.
Good
When it's recording.
Instead of that tiny little red light.
Instead of the tiny red light, yeah. It will be significantly better. But howdy. Hello.
Howdy.
We are down 1, but we are back. Trevor's on baby duty, which is why I was late this morning.
What else is new?
Fully dadding it up.
It's nice.
But welcome back to your first favorite podcast this week, the Dirt Drive podcast. We are back in our home studio, hanging out.
We need backdrop ideas.
We got PJ, we got MeJ, and we got TJ.
Wow.
That was dumb.
Should probably start over.
Welcome back to the Dirt Drive podcast.
we're not
Tim
going
has
to.
forgotten how to podcast.
I have forgotten how to
This week.
podcast.
So has Tom, apparently.
Yeah.
I've also forgotten how to podcast.
Tom has lost 2 episodes in the last month.
I didn't lose the first episode.
You just didn't record it.
I did record it. I just didn't record all 3 microphones.
Yay! So we've got a new pod track on the way. Thank you to Sweetwater because they always have the right equipment for us. They always get us set up with the right stuff. So we will be in the modern era of podcasting with a brand new pod track P4 next. This will be the last episode on this one. Unless we do 2 today. Then I'm lying to you. Then the next episode will be the last episode.
Or also, I'm not against just leaving this down here as a redundancy.
That's fair.
Since we don't really record in here that often, but we still need backdrop ideas.
We do. We need backdrop ideas. We have that hood that's in the shop, that CJ hood, that's all signed by everyone.
Yeah, I do want to get
We've got the old XJ grill somewhere.
We have a bunch of memorabilia that I think would be cool to display. Like we have Paul Wolf's wheel from Hammers.
We do.
We have multiple grills. The Cherokee Chief grill is still in the shop here.
Do a backdrop of grills. We've got the Lexus grill will be available because we're replacing the Lexus grill.
Did you buy a new grill?
Yeah.
Oh. I don't think I have that.
You have it. It's in the back of the Lexus.
So for the people that watch the
box.
YouTube, just take a second and close your eyes. Visualize
Shitbox grills.
a nice oak shelf in the background.
Oak shelf. What
shelf,
kind
yeah.
of budget do you think
Are we calling?
have?
Yeah, I don't.
Endless.
High-end mahogany.
I just spent most of the money we have.
And then you guys
buying
just
a
send us
recorder.
stuff to hang up on the shelf. And
Then me and Tom are
podcast
contemplating spending more money if we go to Montana.
Yeah.
But we need to figure that out. I don't think that's going to happen.
I don't think
Montana?
it's going to happen either.
Yeah. So we are together today because Tom just had a really cool adventure, and you will find out about Montana during our conversation today.
Probably.
yes,
I mean, I started telling you about it earlier.
I'm listening with you guys.
We can start.
Wow.
I went and introduced myself to Clay Croft from Expedition Overland.
How did you
at
get there?
Overland Expo West.
How did you get to Overland Expo
We'll
West?
get there. I'm going to explain this to PJ
It's
now.
storytelling.
Spoiler alert,
You need
he
to edge
drove.
them into it.
I am edging them into it. But yeah, I walked up to Clay and was like, "Hey, do you have time for a podcast?" And he was like, tough weekend." I was like, "Totally understand."
Yikes.
And then they're doing a big event at the Overland Ranch.
Yeah, Ex-Overland Ranch.
And he was like, "If you come up for that, like, let us know and we'll schedule something." And I was like, "Cool. When is it?" And he said, "In July." So then I texted Tim and was like, "We have to figure out how to go to Montana now." And I'm with you. It's gonna be real tough.
My wife. The wild thing is, my wife has approved the trip,
Yeah,
and I have the vacation time.
But here are my 2
There's
holdups.
always a but.
I just drove to Arizona and
Oh, I
back.
know.
Thankfully, I turned that into a family vacation, so that helps.
Yeah.
The problem that I see with the July one is if we go to Kentucky in June, even for a day.
Yeah, I can't swing
And
that
then
one.
the 24-hour at the end of June at the AOT park
Okay.
is I haven't signed up for it yet, but I'm going to do
To
it.
rally. Or is
I
that
think
the
I'm
is
gonna
that the
run- I think
one?
I'm going to do recovery.
Is that the one we got invited to do media at that one, right?
The Chemical Valley Scramble, yeah.
Okay.
I have some off-air things that
Yeah.
factor into that. So I'd like to do that. And that would be, it's like June 26th, 27th, 28th, and then 10 days home, and then on the road to Montana for 2 days, back.
Yeah.
Then it's Tommy's birthday. Now we're into August, which is like crunch time for everything else, and we have a ton of stuff in August, September, and October already.
Yeah.
So I'm with you.
Yeah, my thing was if we were going to Montana, which I would love, dude. That'd be such a good trip. Like
Where
I
in
already have
Montana?
it. Bozeman.
They're outside of Bozeman.
So I already have my. If we were gonna do that, we're taking the Lexus and I'm bringing my kayak.
Right.
Because there's so much good water
Well,
out there and so many beautiful mountains to be on.
The thing that
but like
kills me is we can't do on like a 2-day turnaround in Montana. Like I need a week in Montana.
oh yeah.
Because I need to go to Yellowstone, need to go do Wyoming, need to hit Idaho. Like they're like that whole area, we could easily spend a week and not.
You could spend a month and a half.
I know.
But yeah. So if I were to do that, then I would have to bail on the road trip to SEMA, which would kill me.
Right. Which that is starting to develop a little more. So that's.
Let's get into that later, Tom.
Yeah, we'll get into
Let's
that.
let's talk about how did this trip to Overland West even come about? Because I don't think I've seen you since you were invited.
It wasn't really a full invite per se. I sat down to
Since you decided to go.
Yeah. I sat down to order lunch on Uber Eats at the shop, ordered my Uber Eats, and then opened Instagram. And the top post on Instagram was from OVR Magazine. Like, hey, we need people at this event. If you want a free weekend at Overland Expo, email Mark. And I was like, oh, I wonder what this is about. Hey, I'd be interested. Emails me back and is like, damn, that was a quick trigger. And I was like, huh? And I looked. The Instagram post had been posted 7 minutes before I had seen it. So it was like pure fate. And I was like, oh, all right. And we started going through everything. Hankook Tire has their Dynapro line, which is their all-terrain off-road line. They are really working on brand awareness right now.
Which is good because I didn't even know there was a Hankook off-road tire.
I knew it was out there. I didn't know much about it. If the funny thing is, I gave them this feedback. Like this, that was the whole purpose of the Camp Dynapro event.
Are they coming to East?
No,
A classic.
I did ask that question.
We want awareness, but we won't go to the East Coast. Which has one of the...
I have some good stories on that. We'll get to that.
Did you lose those stories in an episode we recorded?
No. No, I was saving them for this.
Perfect.
We're all up here, Tim.
We'll
We're all up here.
We'll never know.
We'll never know if he's telling the truth or not because that episode doesn't exist anymore.
Carrie witnessed me recording with, and Karen. Karen was there. She wasn't on the episode, but she was there. Like there are people that can verify. I did record the episode with Sean and Laura, which we'll just have to redo. Thankfully, they're coming to DC pretty regularly these days. Anyway, which we can get into a little bit.
So Dynapro, Hankook Tire,
Camp Dynapro, OVR
email.
Magazine did this event where they kind of got some of their existing creators, some other industry people, and put us all in a camp together to hang out and talk tires and make friends. And they did. I think it was a really good time. I've given them some feedback. I think it'd be cool to do like some trail rides and stuff like that. They're like a little more organized. But regardless, it was fun. Got to see a R&D tire design.
Oh, like how they come up with it? And...
no, like they had an actual tire there that's like, this is the new design. What do you think of it? Tell us what you like about it, what you don't like about it. Please don't take pictures of it.
I was gonna say, did you have to sign an embargo to see it?
They didn't make us sign anything. Now, the funny thing was, that morning at breakfast, because they catered it too.
Breakfast!
So we had breakfast and dinner provided.
What is going on in here?
One of the friends I made and I were like kind of muddling around, and I'm like, oh, fuck, what's this tire? And I'm like, oh, that's kind of a good-looking tire. Like, I wonder what this is about. Looking at the sidewall, like looking at the name of it, where I'm like, look at Kyle, and I'm like, are we about to, like, are they debuting a new tire here today? So like later that night, they're like, hey, we're gonna show you experimental tire. Please don't take pictures of it. And I was like,
Too late.
Whoops. I went into my phone and deleted the pictures. Because I was like, I'm gonna have this ready to go.
Yeah.
Only to find out.
Because you got post on Instagram.
Yeah.
Which you did a really good job on the way out there posting to Instagram and in your updates.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I get it.
I was solo. It was really easy.
So I get it on the way back because that you were with your wife. It was a more private thing.
Yeah. I wanted the vacation as much as I had promised her. Like it would become a vacation once we were leaving.
Yeah.
Like she came. So I left on.
Nope. Keep going with where you're at. Well, are you still telling your story?
The
Because we were still talking about Hankook and Dinah.
I was just saying, like the part that they did was a nice event.
And that's how you ended up out there.
That's how I ended up out there. Yeah, that's basically was I sent an email, and they were like, "Yeah, we'd love to have you," and that was literally it. There wasn't a big process.
It's so cool because like we went to Monk's last night. I invited both of you to Monk's.
Nope.
Who else did I call? Oh, I called Freddie, and then so I called you. You said no. I called Freddie, and Freddie said no. I guess I'm like everyone's gonna say no.
I had a date with a couple gummies in my couch last night.
But then we went to what is it? Moo Through. What's the ice cream place upstairs?
Oh, it's not Moo Through.
Tip Cow.
The Tip Cow. We went to the Tip Cow upstairs, and there was a kid wearing a Hoonigan sweatshirt. Bad taste. I get it. Still a car guy. I also get that. And I'm like, hey, cool. Hey, kid, nice sweatshirt. What's your flavor? He goes, oh, I like the milkshake. I'm like, no, what's your automotive flavor? He goes, oh, I've got a Celica. I'm like, cool, man. That's pretty sweet. Like
Drifty boy.
I've got a podcast. I'm into the off-road stuff. He's like, oh, that's really cool. How'd you get into it? I'm like, just don't say no to opportunities. And that's what you did.
Yeah, 100%.
So that my story had an end, which was if you don't say no to cool opportunities, you get to do cool things.
Yeah, and like honestly, when I signed up for it, I had no idea it was going to be like part of Hankook.
Yeah.
Or Hankook.
Hankook.
Which I learned literally translates to Tire of Korea.
Nice.
If you were wondering where the name comes from. Anyway,
$50.
So it's not quite China Tire, it's Korea Tire.
Yeah, well, all right. So on that topic, they've recently they reopened a tire plant that I think they said was a Goodyear plant in Tennessee.
Okay.
So like the whole Dynapro line will eventually be made in the U.S.
Oh, that's cool. I like that.
There is a big chunk of them that is currently being made in the U.S., but they're still like bringing that plant fully back online. And just the Dynapro line is even the highway terrain tire that they make. It's all truck and SUV sizing. So that's the
highway terrain sounds like an oxymoron, but I like it.
I know, it's funny. Highway tire, highway tread, whatever you want to call it, the HT2 or whatever.
Well, I'm glad we developed this relationship because I'm about to have a cool Lexus, but it's going to be not cool because it needs tires.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm still sorting that out with them.
No, I'm just saying like it gives me another option to look at.
Yeah, well, so
because I never even considered them for tires.
Full disclosure, because they didn't make me sign anything, and I can't not say this. The part of the deal was a set of tires. Mm-hmm. They just didn't get here before the trip, which I thought was hilarious. Because they had a bunch of executives from Korea there, and the one guy was walking around looking at all the Jeeps.
Why this motherfucker got Falcons?
Me and my new friend Kyle were parked next to each other. We were both ground dwellers. He was in a Sequoia. I was in that was his words, not mine.
Ground dwellers is wonderful.
I was thrilled. I was not the only ground dweller, and neither was Kyle. Like there was like 5 or 6 ground tents in our camp, which I thought was awesome. But he's got like a first gen Sequoia. I was in the Grand Cherokee. We both had AT4Ws.
Nice.
And we were parked right next to each other. And I watched the guy from Korea take pictures of both rigs and walk away. And like, you know, I had really candid conversations with them. One of the guys at camp that talked was the like product training director. I think was his official title or something along those lines. What are you doing to my dog? Did he do that or did you do that?
He did that.
Oh my God, Rusty. Anyway, so he was the one that like talked about the new tire, wanted feedback on the marketing side of things and whatnot. We were talking about stuff, and the next morning I like talked to him privately, and we were, it's like I have a unique perspective because a lot of their stuff was where do you buy your tires, like whom gives you recommendations and whatnot. So I was like, being a shop, we give a lot of those recommendations.
Yeah.
And he's like, cool. Like, how often do you recommend Hankook? And I was like, we don't. And he's like, oh, why not? I was like, I just don't have any experience with them. He's like, oh, interesting. So we start talking, and I made a comment. I was like, yeah, do you guys do any R&D and testing on the East Coast? And he's like, what do you mean? You guys are in Tennessee. Do you go out in the mud in Kentucky and Tennessee and West Virginia and test your mud terrains? No. What do you guys do for R&D? Well, we kind of look for feedback from customers. All the influencers and creators that were there were all Southern California, LA guys. Because their marketing agency is in LA. And I was like, guys should really try the East Coast. And he's like, why? I said, because tires that work in Moab and Johnson Valley don't always necessarily work in the mud of the Appalachian Mountains. And he looks at me and goes, I've never heard that.
Some terrain.
He's like, we need to talk more. And I was like, here's my card.
Yeah.
So, maybe. Nothing's finalized yet. I invited the guy who works for the marketing agency that does all the Dynapro line. He was there. He lives in LA. He's from Philly. I'm like, next time you're back east,
Yeah.
shoot me a message.
All the good boys
we'll
are
take you
from Philly.
four-wheeling. And he goes, I've never been off-road. And I was like, Jesus Christ, Shane.
Wow.
Get it together, buddy. And then he's like, yeah, man, I'd love to. Like, that sounds like a lot of fun. I was like, oh, we can have some fun. So yeah, that's there. I'm going to work that angle a little bit, see if we can get some stuff. We did get invited out to Tennessee to the facility.
Oh, cool. We'll have to do that.
They are, I guess, sponsoring like a trail build somewhere in Tennessee, which I think would be kind of cool to do too. So yeah, definitely some opportunity coming out of it, which was fun. Made a lot of good friends. Kyle that I talked to, shout out Kyle.
Yeah, drop his social media handle. Do you remember it?
I mean, I do. He follows us now, but I'm not gonna blow him up. I know he's listening because
Right now?
Right now.
right
We are
now.
live streaming.
Honestly, he may be because I got messages from him. Like we basically left about the same time, and when Karen and I got to the Grand Canyon, I checked my phone, and like I have like 3 texts from him with like screenshots of different episodes. Mostly on because he's a big Ultra 4 guy.
Oh, nice. Okay.
He lives in Riverside. So now we have like 3 more places to ship our Jeeps when we want to do our California
Darn.
like
Nice.
trip.
Heck yeah.
He was talking about like if I ship a Jeep out, like come wheel California and then ship his 4Runner and the Jeep back east, and then we could do some East Coast wheel. And I was showing him stuff from Good Evening Ranch, and he's like, "Yeah, that looks pretty fun."
Could honestly do a whole like week-long trip just doing East Coast.
Oh, yeah.
Off-road parks.
Yeah.
Just hit
Yeah.
the Cove, AOA, Roush.
I spent a few.
Which Tweety is at Roush Creek right now.
Yeah.
Roush Creek.
Great American Crawl is this
Yeah,
weekend.
Tweety.
Oh, yeah,
He
that's
posted
right.
earlier on
Today.
social media. That he's
Yeah,
on-
I didn't listen to it, but I saw him like just drenched in the pouring rain. I was like, yeah, this is a bad weekend to be 4-wheeling.
Yeah. But let's talk about your trip out there. That is, so you got to do something that is on my bucket list to do hopefully this year, which is solo camping. I've never been remote solo camping.
It's
So
not-
how is being a ground dweller solo camping and road tripping across the country by yourself?
it's the 3rd time in my life I thought I was gonna have to shoot something.
Oh, a human being or
I'm pretty sure it wasn't a human. So I only solo camped the one night, just the way it worked out. Like I wasn't gonna solo camp in St. Louis. That seemed like a bad idea.
anything in St. Louis sounds like a bad idea. Shout out St. Louis.
Yeah, and like I rolled into St. Louis at like 10:30 at night, so I wasn't like gonna go explore the mountains
Yeah.
around St. Louis. And there's something about you got your ball, buddy. There's something about ground tent camping at KOAs that I just can't.
I don't
do.
like that.
Like if I'm gonna spend the money, I might as well get a bed and a shower versus sleep on a gravel pit
Yeah.
next to a bunch
Still
of
a shower.
generators. Yeah, but I didn't want to have to listen to generators all night
Fair.
in my tent. Anyway, so then from St. Louis, I took 70 to Kansas City, and then that's where I was like, you know what, fuck this. I'm gonna explore a little more. I stopped for fuel in Kansas City, was looking through some stuff, and using the app, the Dirt, DYRT.
Okay.
It's basically
It's like another mapping app.
yeah, but it's not really mapping as much as it is like it's kind of like an Airbnb. Have you ever heard of Hip Camp?
Yeah.
It's kind of the same idea, but they list free dispersed camping areas.
Oh, cool.
So all the Forest Service
The
campgrounds. and
Dirt
stuff.
DYRT.
Yeah, not an ad. I
Is
did
that-
pay for the premium for it, but
Is that you're not gonna know. Is that Apple and Android? I assume.
I would imagine. I don't. There's not many apps that aren't both these days.
Very discriminatory.
Yeah. Tim's just jealous because he doesn't have an iPhone.
Well,
yet.
so one thing that I've learned just by being alive.
Android suck.
Androids suck.
Well, no, most of the apps are developed for Apple.
Yeah.
And then adapted for Android.
Yeah.
That's why my phone overheats. It doesn't work like when I'm running these apps on Android
Somehow
Auto.
Androids are still better. Does that make any sense to you, PJ?
I don't know. I've never said they were better. I'm gonna get an
Everybody
iPhone
else
next.
says it's better. Anyway.
Yeah, my next one's gonna be an iPhone. So
Yeah. So
St. Louis.
I'm sitting at the gas station, and I'm like, oh, this is kind of on the way, and it's not off the highway. And I just grabbed the coordinates and dropped a pin and routed to it, and it took me off of 70, and I did US 50 to 56, literally on a diagonal from Kansas City to the southwest corner of Kansas.
That's cool.
Well, it was really cool. It's no better than taking 70. It's nothing but windmills and fields on one-lane roads at 75, 80 miles an hour. The only part that really sucked about it was when, like, cattle trucks would pass you doing 80 on the other side on a one-lane, like, two-lane road. Like, there were multiple times I thought I was getting blown off the road. Like, I mean, I would watch the hood shake. Like, that's how much air
You
they're pushing.
let a truck pass you?
No. They're going the other
they're
direction.
going the other way. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
on their oncoming traffic.
Yeah. So it's like you're literally like they're coming at you, you're coming at them
You're
at
3
80
feet
miles
away.
an hour, and you pass. Like I figured out that if I got into the shoulder a little bit, like it wasn't as bad.
But if you were driving a JK, the rubber hood straps would break and you'd lose a hood. Probably.
I thought the Grand Cherokee hood was gonna delam. Like that's how much it was shaking.
Damn.
Like it buffered the whole, like it was wild. And like people seem to be completely unfazed by it, and I'm like, this is not normal.
This is frightening.
But I did that for about 8 hours. Took some cool pictures under some windmills. Like they had
Yeah.
like seen
Yeah, I saw your pictures.
Got into Dodge City, got a car wash so I could see through my windshield because the bugs were so bad in Kansas.
Oh yeah. It's also a Jeep, and Jeeps love to smush bugs.
Oh, the Grand Cherokee's not that bad, but the kid at the car wash tried to sell me a unlimited membership, and I was like, no, I'm good.
Was
thanks.
it Tommy's car wash?
It was actually. That's kind of wild. Do we have them here?
No, we don't have them here, but they're a big Cletus sponsor.
Oh no!
And I know they're big out west. Yeah. Tommy's
I assumed it was like a
Tommy's
local
ultimate
joint.
Tommy's whatever car wash is.
it
It's like flagship for the entire Central
It was
America.
a great car wash. Don't get me wrong. I'm not knocking the car wash itself, but it was funny because like as I pulled away, I heard him go, "Oh shit, you're not from here."
motherfucker.
shit.
Virginia plates.
So I thought that was funny. Grabbed dinner in Dodge City, and then just kind of hauled ass into New Mexico, and the goal was the Kiowa National Grasslands,
Oh.
which I pulled into in the dark, like a 10-mile dirt road, very easy trail, like through a canyon to get down to.
Yeah.
They have two campgrounds. One's on top of the canyon, one's on the lower. I had called the ranger station just to make sure everything was still open because there were, like fire alerts and whatnot in the area. And he's like, "Oh yeah, everything's open." He's like, "If you don't need cell service, I recommend camping on the bottom of the canyon. It'll be less windy and everything else." And I was like, "Yeah, no problem." So I get down there, nice little, campsite areas. They had tables, fire rings.
So like hard sites. They were
Yeah, but they were like dispersed hard sites, if
Okay.
that makes sense. There was a vault toilet in like the loop.
Oh, that's not bad. Okay.
Yeah. So it was just like, I was like, I'd rather do that in the dark than like find like actual dispersed camping. Set the tent up, did no rain fly, staring at the stars, fall asleep. And at like 2.
Was that your first time setting the Gazelle up?
Yeah.
wonderful, right?
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
I wish they were a
I did
sponsor.
accidentally punch myself in the face though.
You pulled it too tight and you popped yourself.
Wasn't sure how much like tension it needed, so I was like kind of easing into it, and then when it popped, it like I did one of these. It didn't help too that I put my headlamp on because dumb East Coaster, and I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna just throw my headlamp on so I could see, and I immediately got swarmed with like every flying insect that exists in the Southwest. Like in my mouth, in my ears. Like I ended up taking the headlamp off and doing it in the dark. Like I waited 5 minutes for my eyes to adjust.
It makes sense because like when you're watching White Dog Overland or Independence Overland and all these guys, they don't wear headlights.
Yeah.
All their lights are mounted to their vehicle.
So
and now it makes sense because of all the bugs.
Right. So the other East Coast problem, or East Coaster problem, I'll say, that I didn't consider until about 2 a.m., when you don't have a fire, wildlife just comes wandering in. I was woken up to legit tearing and chewing.
Rip and tear.
Oh,
Yeah.
like
I could hear something.
like a cougar or something? There's a goddamn cougar in the car.
That damn cougar in the car.
That's what I'm fucking by myself at 2 a.m. I have no idea what's around me because I came in at 10 o'clock at night. So it's dark. And I'm just like, I'm laying in the tent on the ground. My gun's in my shoe. And I'm just like, it hasn't hit the tent yet. And I don't see a shadow on the wall of the tent. So I'm just going to pretend like it's nothing dangerous.
I'm going to pretend like I'm not here.
And all I could think, the whole time in my head, I'm like, this is why you need fire. Because because even like just a smoldering, smoking fire keeps the animals away.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn.
Goddamn
Now I
cougar
get
in the
why
car.
everybody has a rooftop tent.
Yeah.
Because like if I heard that on a rooftop tent, I would not have cared, right? Because it's like there's no way whatever that is climbing up my tent around the car. But in my head, whatever it was sitting there going, that blue thing might be tasty.
The tent.
The tent. But instead, it just ate a bunch of grass and leaves on the trees around me, and I just fell back asleep and it went away. The next morning, I'm leaving camp, and the way the road out of the camp kind of like loops back, and I make the loop back, and out of the brush comes like a whole herd of deer.
Oh, okay.
Like,
So
probably-
it wasn't
was
like
definitely
a
deer.
wasn't like a predator. It was like
No, I determined the ripping was definitely the grass.
Yeah, when you said ripping and tearing, I was thinking like flesh, and I would have been shitting my pants.
That was my first thought. But then when I kept hearing it, I'm like,
die.
It's like it was like ripping of grass and leaves, and I was just like, okay, like I'm pretty sure this is an
popped-
herbivore.
Popped another gummy and you fell asleep.
Yeah,
It's
basically.
like squirrels. Squirrels are surprisingly
Honestly,
loud.
The
yeah.
first gummy did not help the situation.
Freaking out, man.
We're the skinwalkers.
But yeah, no. So the drive out was unbelievable. Red Rock Canyon, followed a river, tons of wildlife. Get up on top, and you're just in the grasslands, and it was just like a 10-mile dirt windy road.
Did it in what, 2.5 days?
Yeah, I ended up so New Mexico to Arizona. I took my time because that was like a 7-hour gap.
Yeah.
And I didn't have to be there till 4, so I stopped a couple times for that. But the drive through the Kiowa grasslands is unbelievable.
Will we be doing that in November?
I think so.
Okay.
Because I didn't know we had national grasslands.
Yeah.
It's a Forest Service BLM type setup, but like
We drove through national grasslands going to Utah.
in Colorado,
What's the
70?
state before Colorado?
Kansas.
Kansas. Kansas is national grasslands.
Interesting. I don't remember them being marked.
They
They may
weren't
not have
marked.
been like in it, but like drove past it.
No, we drove. Yeah, it was on either side of the highway. It was
Yeah.
national grasslands.
Oh, I just assumed those were farms. So for me, the biggest difference in this spot compared to like Kansas, there's no windmills, there's no power lines, there's like a little bit of fencing and nothing
Yeah.
any direction. Like
And we need to keep it that way, people. Contact your senators and representatives. We do not want data centers on our public lands.
So
that's your message for
in
today.
that 10 miles, I saw a bald eagle. I saw the herd of deer.
That was bad.
I saw all kinds of hawks that I couldn't identify because I don't know birds.
Raptors.
I saw what I thought were antelopes, and I think I put that on the Instagram story that I thought they were antelopes, but I found out later at one of the other national parks it was probably a pronghorn sheep.
Yep.
but they're cool. Like they prance, they boing.
They boing.
Like you know how like a deer like walks with all four
bounce.
legs, but like
Yeah.
they just go boink.
They got a
boink,
little pep in their
boink,
step.
Boink. Yeah.
I'll put a little pep in your step, pal.
Whoa!
I had like I had a
Yo.
bird like following the Jeep like as I was like cruising out. Like I'm like this is peak. This is exactly what overlanding should be. So yeah, it was Mills Canyon was the area and the trail and the Kiowa and the grasslands. Awesome trip or part of the trip. And that I took back roads out of there to catch I-25, which took me down to Albuquerque and then 40 back to Flagstaff.
Okay.
I stopped at a Love's, paid $15 for a shower. So
Worth
I was
it.
like, I'm not going to see a shower again until Sunday or Monday, and this was Thursday. So I was like, I should probably shower before I get to camp. That's a great travel hack too.
What,
Like,
shower to
Loves?
the truck stop
Yep.
showers. Like, I mean,
Especially for like
it's not a Marriott, but I'll tell you what, for $15
for like the adventure wheelers too, because like
Yeah.
like normal traveling, you're in hotels every night. But like for the adventure wheeling guys, yeah, it's a
Right.
great hack.
yeah, I say travel hack as far as like a overland travel hack.
Yeah. Adventure wheeling.
yeah,
Overland.
adventure wheeling,
Overland
whatever you
still
wanna
sounds a bit gay to me, so we'll still call it
yeah.
adventure wheeling.
So yeah, rolled into camp Thursday night. Or
Am I
Thursday-
wrong, PJ?
A little bit.
I'm a little bit wrong. No, I don't think so.
I don't know. So that's the joke I made to a lot of people is overlanding's a dirty word.
Yeah.
And then also the East Coast gets disrespected like you would not believe still.
Yeah.
I had,
Of course, it's
we had-
overlooked.
Well, my favorite thing that you told me is that people were surprised you drove out there.
Yeah. Everybody was like, "Oh my god, you came from Virginia?" I was like, "Yeah." They're like, "That's a long drive." I was like, "Literally, all we do is drive. This entire hobby is based around driving places."
Driving
Sounds
on
like somebody that lives in the UK.
like easy gravel roads is the whole hobby,
Yeah,
and pretty sights.
yeah. So like, I thought that was funny, and then we had a couple journalists who have won their class in the Alcan 500 and done the TAT in its entirety. Make a comment that there was quote no free camping in Virginia, which kind of sucked because it's really pretty. And I like when they were done with their bit, I was like,
Have you been to Virginia?
I'm not actually mad about this because I understand where this comes from because the TAT doesn't come far enough north in Virginia, but there are 2,500 miles of dirt roads in national forests with dispersed camping all over the place.
Yeah.
And they both looked at me and went, "Really?" And I was like, "Yeah, anytime you want to come to the East Coast, you call me. Like, I will take you and we won't pay a dime for camping or
Yeah.
four-wheeling." And they're like, "I had no idea." And I was like, "Yeah, that's the problem."
Yeah, when Alex and I went out, I think we covered it, and I didn't break his truck, but he slid his truck into a tree. We had a campsite picked out that Sean Vanderpool sent us. We couldn't get there because of snow drifts, so I literally went on my map on Onyx, and I'm like, "Where's the next closest campsite?"
Yeah.
Found it, 10-minute drive, beautiful campsite, completely secluded.
Yep.
It was a hard site. The site we had picked out was a soft site. So we ended up in a hard site, but that was perfectly fine. It was I don't understand how people don't know that the East Coast still has these opportunities. I get it's like there's a lot of private land and all this, that, and the other.
So the determination I came to talking to all the West Coasters that were out there, because it's all in like forest and it's around towns, like all of our dispersed camping is, I would say, probably not more than an hour from a gas station or a general store. Like, it may not be a city, but like there's enough civilization that if you go out into the GW forest, spend a night, you can hop out of the forest, get what
gas.
you need, and get back on dirt very
Yeah.
easily.
Yeah, I think that's like the joy of the East Coast.
I agree. The West Coast, in their minds, your dispersed camping is hours away from everything. So because there's nothing that's hours away and hours in the middle of nowhere, they just assume there's nothing in between those towns.
Well, it's because the East Coast has been here since when did Christopher Columbus land or whatever?
1492.
1492. He
Right.
sailed the ocean blue.
Something like that. Or is it 1692?
But we've had people living up and down the East Coast for 500 years.
But we also have like
we
have habitable places.
But we went west in the 1880s.
Yeah, I know. I had that conversation with people too. Like
The 1880s is like yesterday. That's
Yeah.
like 2 people ago.
when I was in Colorado, like exploring abandoned like uranium mines and stuff.
Hey.
The signs, the historical marker signs were like, oh, this mine was shut down in 1987. And I'm like,
Yesterday?
I was like, George Washington slept in my hometown.
Yeah.
This historical marker is from 1987. I have cars older than this.
You heard about the smallpox? That was in my neighborhood. We killed all the Native Americans
was
right
there.
here.
So yeah,
Is that in bad taste?
maybe a little bit, but
what are you gonna do? You know,
it's not the worst.
What are you gonna do?
It's not the worst thing you've said. On
What
the
are you
podcast.
gonna
it's not the worst thing I've said today.
Also true. But yeah, so like, this goes out to everybody, especially all of our new listeners on the West Coast, because made a lot of friends. Come east. Like, we have trees and shade and water, and we can have campfires that aren't propane powered. Like, we can do fun things. We can roast marshmallows and make them taste good.
Yeah, not like you cooked them on your grill.
But yeah, no, the whole crew at Campbell was awesome. They everybody was really cool. Good stories, good mix of like stock stuff and like super built stuff. So yeah, I hope we get to do something again. I hope we get to do something on the East Coast with them. I think that would be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I think it's coming. I think with what BOA is doing and all that stuff.
There's too much already starting. So I think it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Overland Expo West is 100 times better than East.
Which we've heard. That is the premier event though.
I'm told the SoCal one has become the premier event.
Okay.
Because I said, if I were to come back west for Overland Expo, would you do SoCal, PNW West, or Mountain West? So it's Colorado, Washington, Southern California, or Flagstaff.
Yeah.
And I was kind of always under the impression Flagstaff was the premier event. Everybody's like, no, the Pomona venue is really cool. The next one was Mountain West, but not as many companies, I guess, go to Colorado. So yeah, it's like I think we should.
Which
should
is
day
wild
trip
because
east.
Colorado is, like, in my mind, Colorado is the peak state for adventure tourism. Like, I don't think you get more peak for adventure tourism than Colorado.
I would argue Southeast California, Nevada, Arizona is probably more peak. Just because like that whole area of like the Mojave Desert, Death Valley, like it's so remote. There's so much to do. Like at this point, we could ship our stuff out and spend 2 months in probably California alone, between the stuff that's going north and everything in the Mojave Desert. Like I learned there's like an 800-mile point to point through the Mojave Desert. It's like the Mojave Desert Highway trailer. So I forget what they call it. To reach out to Doug and find out. But it was like, I was like, see, like that's what you guys have.
Was he out there? Did you see Doug at Mountain? What? Different Doug?
Different Doug.
Doug.
But yeah,
Doug Dimmadome. Open a
it's
Dimmadome.
like we could do a 2-week trip of rock crawling between Rubicon, Fordyce, Ducey Irwin, like all those rock crawling sites, and then another 2 weeks of just overland.
Yeah.
And of course, the guy Doug, he's like, my office has a private locked parking garage. He's like, so if you ship something out, let me know. And I was like, awesome, I appreciate that. He's like, the downside is it is Orange County, so you're like 2 hours to get started. And I was like,
That's
okay.
not an issue at all.
And then Kyle's like, just have it shipped to the shop because he works for Peak Suspension.
Okay.
So he's like, I'll take delivery of it at the shop. I was like, see, now we're getting somewhere because he's in Riverside, so we could go see Dre. We're already halfway out into the middle of nowhere. But yeah, it's like I would like to do some more West Coast trips. I don't know how we're gonna pull it off.
I don't either.
But maybe we're required to. So I've paid too soon. I don't know.
I would love that.
But I think the more realistic goal is I think we need to put our foot down and like get these companies and these people to come east.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yep. Show them what the East Coast has to offer.
Because if people want to do hard wheeling, we can take them to the parks. We can do the park stuff. If they don't, we have just as much overlanding to do. So,
How was the trip home? Did that
good. That became more of a road trip.
okay? You guys did like 2 nights camp, 1 night camping, 2 nights camping.
The plan was to do at least 2, and we ended up doing none.
Oh shit! Okay, I thought you just did at least 1.
No, so by the time we so I wanted to do the same Grand Canyon loop we did.
That we didn't do.
No.
Can't get out of the car. It's not the Grand Canyon.
Oh.
Carrie did find that story. I drove past that parking lot.
Yeah,
Like, that was the route I did.
She sent me the picture
the
of
Dahmer's Jerky Shack. yeah.
Dahmer's Jerky
And then like
Shack.
every roadside shack was like, wait, maybe that was Dahmer's Jerky Shack. I don't remember. Maybe, oh, that one says jerky.
Dahmer's Jerky Shack.
Dahmer's Jerky Shack.
What a callback.
Yeah, it was great. But yeah, so we went in that back door to the south rim.
Hey, yo.
But we actually because we were there when the park was open, we did all the touristy things. So we went up in the observation tower, like read all the Native American history and stuff, and then drove all the way up to the actual main visitor center, and then walked along the main parts of the south rim there.
That would be in.
Saw a squirrel. So we sat down on a rock and the squirrel shot out from under me. I'm so sorry, buddy. It was at sunset. He was trying to make his nest or whatever.
To get his nut.
So I actually got a really good video of him. He's underneath the ledge rock and he's stuffing grass and shit in his mouth and he just runs off. It's really impressive. Damn.
I thought you were gonna say he was gonna jumped off the Grand Canyon into the hole.
No, Carrie.
We saw Tom's exciting stories. We saw a squirrel eating.
No, I was trying. So you know how I feel about standing close to edges of things, and I was trying to get my wife to come a little bit closer.
Tom's not a fan of edging.
Jesus Christ. And even Carrie was she's I don't know why, but I'm freaking out right now. I'm there's a railing. She's I'm a mother now.
God.
I'm not wild and free like I used to be.
So I was you know
yesteryear.
I hate heights and I'm okay with it. Use me as the barometer. If I'm not getting closer, you're not going to get closer. She's no, I'm good. So we ended up just sitting on a rock watching the sunset for a little bit. But we ended up spending a lot more time at the Grand Canyon than what I wanted to do. Because the camp spot and the trail that I picked out was...
Did you also holler at your wife when you were at the Grand Canyon for too long?
No.
We have to keep going.
This isn't it.
You were the ones giving me shit. We've gone over this. I was just trying to get out of the car and check it out. And you were this isn't even the Grand Canyon. I was fine.
Unacceptable.
Anyway. So then by the time we left the Grand Canyon and the trailhead was back in Flagstaff. So it was if we got to the trailhead in the dark, because we still we didn't really have food or anything for camping. So we're gonna have to hit a Walmart or a grocery store, get to the trailhead, run the trailhead, and find camping. And the trail is called End of the World, which I'm told is it's not as big as the Grand Canyon, but it's that same scenic canyon drive. And I was oh, that'd be really cool. And they're yeah, you just do it during the day, so you can, or else it's pointless. And I was all right. And it just ended up being dark, so we just stayed in Flagstaff for the night, and then hit the highway home. But then we did the Petrified Forest National Park, which is
First, I was afraid. I was petrified. God damn it, PJ.
I didn't feed into it.
You know where I was going, though, right?
which that's a
Unacceptable.
really, I mean, I don't know how it ranks in the world of national parks, but it is the only park that Route 66, the original Route 66, runs through. And it's, again, a bunch of Red Rock Desert Canyon. But on the south side of the park, south of I-40, there are all the petrified trees, which are hundreds of millions of years old, and they're just laying in the desert. So you just kind of drive on.
So it's fossilized trees, right?
Yeah, basically.
That was not in 1836.
No, that was definitely not 1836. And then at the end of that, on the all the way south side, they have a museum and visitor center that explains all the dinosaur history. It was really cool.
Dinosaur.
But the actual the telephone poles from the OG Route 66 are still standing like in the middle of the desert.
Oh, that's cool.
So like you can like pull up. They have the marker and like this is where the road passed through. So you can like park on the road and like and you can stand there and look through the desert and you can see like the growth. You could see the like where the
Like
road
reclaiming the
was.
road.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Because again, like that's not that old. That's 1950, 1960. By the time the interstates came in, but like it just really cool history, really cool park. A lot of like damn nature, you scary.
Yeah. Damn nature, you scary.
Damn nature, you scary. And then from there we hauled it to Amarillo, did the Big Texan Steakhouse in Amarillo, which was my wife's idea. It was good. It wasn't
Tourist trap though.
Oh, a total tourist trap, but it was like fun tourist trap.
Did they
It's
try
also-
to divert you to a different restaurant?
Different one. This wasn't La Rosa. Where was that?
You don't want to eat here.
Oh, is it Santa Rosa?
Yeah, Santa Rosa. That was in
Don't mess
Mexico.
with Santa Rosa.
Don't mess with Santa Rosa. It's funny though because that was we're like going almost 4 years since we did that trip,
Uh-huh.
and this year being the 100th anniversary of Route 66, they've actually started to clean all that up. Like there are signs all over the place to go to Tucumcari, go to Santa Rosa. They have like the exits all have like 100th anniversary signs.
That's cool.
Just outside of Albuquerque. Yeah, it had to be Albuquerque because that was when I got off 25. On 40, there's a brand new Route 66 visitor center.
Oh, cool.
Like that had opened like the week before. I may have been the first person to poop in their bathroom.
Nice.
It was that clean. It was wonderful. Like I was like, oh, that's cool. Let me just pop in here and see what's going
There's
on.
no graffiti or
and
dirt.
like they were still like building it, and like I could smell fresh paint, and I was like, this is gonna be a great place to shit. So I was like, I'm just gonna use your restroom real quick till like the lady was like greeting, and I went in there, fucking blew it up. It was great. Then it came out, got a bunch of information. Anyway, beside the point.
Damn nature, you
You're supposed,
nasty.
to get the, you're supposed to get the information before you shit, so you can sit there and
it
read
was-
something.
That was like my
Your butt-
Bluetooth connected to a clean bathroom, and it was like
You got that-
I got out of the car.
you got that butthole pulse?
No, it was instantaneous.
You know what I'm talking about. You know exactly what I'm talking about, PJ. You got to shit so bad your
Yeah.
butthole's pulsing.
So
You're like,
yeah, I would make an argument the 66 adventure we had the first time, that experience may be very different if we did it
Yeah.
again this time.
when we do it.
Sure. I mean, I don't think we're gonna have time to get it in the 100th anniversary.
Well, if we're gonna run parts of 66 when we go to Vegas.
Fair. That is a fair point.
All of it.
Anyway,
All of the parts.
All of the parts. For 66.
I mean, we could do all the parts. That'd be kind of fun. But it's kind of a detour to go to Chicago and then all the way down.
Yeah, I wouldn't do
Anyway,
that.
But yeah, no, the Big Texan Steakhouse was an experience. They do if you eat the 72-ounce steak dinner, you get it for free. But
You tried?
I in my head I was like, I probably could do this, and then I read the fine print. It's a 72-ounce steak, 3 shrimp, a dinner roll, a Caesar salad, and a baked potato in 1 hour. You do
That's
all
a
of it
lot.
in 1 hour. And I was like, if you took out like the baked potato and the salad, I would probably be more confident. But
It was
like,
just protein.
yeah, like that, like an entire baked potato, like.
Yeah.
And they're probably not small. It's probably a
No, they're good. Yeah, because
honker.
Carrie got one of the baked potatoes as her side.
Yeah.
It's a loaded baked potato. It's not like they're not just giving you like a tiny little
Yeah.
potato to eat. But yeah, so there were a bunch of
Idaho's
people
best.
trying to do that. Like we just had regular steak, some sides. Like it wasn't anything like special, but it was cool. It's like the old West saloon. All the servers are like have sheriff's badges and hats.
Howdy, howdy, howdy.
Yeah. So yeah, we did that. Spent the night in Amarillo, and then drove through Oklahoma into Arkansas into Hot Springs, which Hot Springs is also a national park.
Yep.
Fun fact. That I will absolutely be going back to because we
Yeah,
always,
Arkansas is a really cool state. Other than the Juggalos, it's a
Well,
really cool state.
I'm happy to report I did not see a juggalo this time.
You get chased in the bathroom at 3 a.m.
Did
by a
not get chased
Juggalo.
to a bathroom by a juggalo. I had some oddly good Italian food in Hot Springs, which, hi Rust, good morning. Yes, you're welcome to the podcast. What really threw me off at the Italian restaurant in Hot Springs was the deep South Arkansas accent properly pronouncing Italian dishes. Like bruschetta and chicken cacciatore and like I was just like, this is really fucking with my brain. I don't know how I feel about. Wow, this food's pretty good. I mean, I had low expectations being in Arkansas, but it was good. It was very good. But yeah, the hot springs are it's a cool place. I'd like to explore the park more. Actually do a hot spring soak would be pretty cool. Apparently it can cure syphilis. At least that's what they thought in the 20s.
The hot springs in Virginia are really nice. We did hot springs Virginia at the Omni for our honeymoon, and it was wonderful soaking in the hot spring. It's very nice. Yeah. I enjoy
Splendid.
a hot spring.
Splendid. So yeah, spent the afternoon there, got back on the road. The plan was to stop in Nashville, which once we hit Memphis and had to drive through like torrential downpour thunderstorms. The hotel gave our room away. That was a whole fiasco. We ended up in another hotel, which took 3 rooms until we found one that the key would actually work. It was a whole thing in Nashville.
Yikes!
I still had to sort that one out later, but yeah. And then we were home by Wednesday night. So
Nice.
My whole trip was 8 days.
How were things at the shop while you were gone?
I don't know, PJ. How were things at the shop while I was gone?
Did it keep itself? Did it keep itself running?
Can you not lick your butthole on our podcast, please?
What are you doing? I like my booty.
Did the shop
Lick
keep
his face. Lick his face.
Did the shop keep itself running at least?
Yeah.
PJ, did the shop keep itself running at least?
That's good.
Running pretty smoothly.
There's only like two things that Trevor had to call me for.
Yeah.
Which is pretty good over a...
It's good because while you were gone, PJ had to call me for one thing too.
Yeah, I needed brakes on the truck.
He needed brakes on the truck, and he called me frantically, and I'm very
I was
apologetic.
not frantic.
You were very apologetic.
I mean, it was unideal because it was either have Lauren drive from Lovettsville to come get me, or even Brian offered his Jeep, and even when I asked, he was like, "Well, I want to drive it this weekend." I was like, "Then why did you offer it the first time?" So
because he assumed you'd say no.
Yeah.
So then I called you. I was like, "Can I at least borrow the
Did you
Lexus
call
for
me?
a
And I
little
thought
bit?"
someone had died. The way you were so apologetic before you asked for the Lexus. You were just so somber and apologetic. I'm like, PJ, what is going on, buddy?
It was also like
it's like 9 o'clock at night.
9 o'clock. Everyone was going home.
How bad were your brakes?
They were metal to metal. And it was like
Can't get worse.
I
Keep
didn't
driving it.
even have time to plan for it. It was like drove to the shop and like on the way I could hear metal to metal, and I was like, "Fuck, didn't plan for this." I also didn't have any money to spend on brake parts, so I was like, "Okay."
Yeah. But yeah, we need to get. I mean, you just had a big grand adventure, and I guess we're going. I need to look into more about Kentucky in June.
Well, for sure, West Virginia. In June.
Is that West Virginia in June?
Yeah.
Sorry,
The Kentucky thing would be I would, because I know for a fact that I can't go to Terror Trophy Rally that weekend because I have to go to New Jersey that weekend for my niece's first birthday.
Okay.
So like that Wednesday, I could possibly like go out there for that, spend the night, and then come home Thursday. I'll call Jed. I'll get a temperature on that and see how serious it is.
Yeah,
I'd like to keep popping up in places like that because I feel like
just being a face around is a good.
well, that's
is a very
that's
good
the thing.
thing.
We're the new guys, and I like doing that. And like not in like a
Showing up and showing out.
yeah, not in like a forceful way, but
Oh shit,
like,
they're here.
It was fun like going to DC and like Dave and Rory were there.
Yeah.
And Rory's like, "Oh, hey, like how's it going?" I'm like, "Yeah, we're local. We've been doing this for a couple years now." And he's like, "Oh, that's cool." And then at like Expo, like popping into vendors and stuff, like, "Oh shit, yeah, isn't nice to see you. How's it going?" I was literally walking from camp. I like went back to eat lunch and was walking back to the show, and like a golf cart passes me. And Rick Stowe was like riding in the golf cart.
Oh shit! Okay.
And like I like recognized it.
You said he reached down. I didn't. You said,
Well, and that's like as the golf cart was passing, he was like, "Dirt nerds," and I was like, "Oh hey Rick, like how's it going?" And he just kind of waved. He's like, "We'll catch up later." He's like, "I got a meeting I got to get to." I was like, "Yeah, do your thing." So like he just kind of like zoomed by, and then he sent a message on Instagram the other day. So, but it's just like it's kind of fun, like
just to be there and
just popping up places.
Well, cool. That sounds like a wonderful trip. I think we'll wrap this episode up here.
Yeah.
I'm very, very, very jealous. You asked me if I wanted to go, and I said, yes, I absolutely want to go, but I cannot afford the time off work yet to go.
Yeah.
But we'll get there eventually.
Yeah, and like, I think, like, I know we've talked about doing them, like, at least one big one a year.
Yeah.
I think we should, like, obviously the plan was Hammers for this year. Like, we all
Hammers
Yeah.
and SEMA is the other big one.
Yeah. But I also feel like we're getting to a point where, like, Hammers and SEMA may become, like, defaults.
Yeah.
So.
Which I have to figure out. 'Cause that's
Yeah.
that's 2 weeks of vacation right there, and I've only got
I was
3.
gonna say, yeah, for the way I look at it, like those aren't going to be adventure trips.
Yeah,
All the time, at least, maybe, probably not. I don't know. We'll see.
probably. Be sweet if they
But
were.
like in a perfect world, like you could do a 3-day trip for SEMA.
Yeah.
Like you could fly
Fly
out
out Wednesday.
leave here Thursday night, take 1 day off of work, and like just do 1 day at the
Well,
show.
I know I've only been to SEMA once, but my favorite day at that show was the first 2 days.
That I
because
agree
it's
with.
not
Yeah.
crazy yet.
Yeah.
The vendors are all fresh.
Yeah, that's fair. That's a fair way to look at it too. But yeah, I don't know. Those are long-term plans.
Yeah. But cool. Well, I'm glad you had a fun trip.
Thanks.
Very jealous I couldn't go. PJ, I'm glad your truck's back on the road.
Yeah, me too.
I'm glad you guys are hanging out, listening, and watching.
Unlike everyone else, I only have one car.
You're about to have 2.
Motherfucker, you have like 5 at your house.
Yeah.
One of them runs.
See,
And
that's the difference.
is- drivable.
Did the battery work? Did you ever get the battery switched out
Yeah,
for the
it worked.
XJ?
Yeah.
You got a new battery for it?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I bought PJ a battery. He goes, "Your battery's dead." I go, "Yep, you knew that when you picked it up." And so I bought him a battery.
You bought yourself a battery. It's still your
Well,
Jeep.
till I hand him the title.
He's leaving at the part where he got the wrong battery for it.
I called AutoZone and I said, "Hey, I need a battery for an XJ." Well,
The
I said,
center
"You're
post
making
instead
you're
of
making
off
model
to the sides. So
this,
it was
that,
like,
your make model this, that, and the other 4-cylinder. It's got
Group
automatic
34,
wipers."
right?
They didn't know what group it was. They said you have 25, 35, or 75. I say, I don't know. Pick one.
it's the same as a TJ.
I still don't know. Listen, I'm not
Actually,
the,
I guess the JK is a 34.
so yeah. I didn't know, and I said, just pick one, and if it's wrong, we'll come exchange it. And it was wrong, and we came exchanged it. But so the XJ has a battery. I guess it still needs some other stuff.
I'm putting different
Let's talk
wheels
about
and tires on
let's
it.
talk about that in the next episode, PJ. We appreciate you guys.
Yeah,
Thanks.
I would say we have a lot of project updates to do.
Yeah. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for listening. We appreciate you, and we'll frickin' see you next week.
DirtNerdsOffroad.com.
DirtNerdsOffroad.com. Wow, we recorded a whole episode.